Hi, this is Takeshi Yashima. Welcome to formula4prosperity.com. So today's topic is my thought on recruiting. All right, so today's topic is my thought on recruiting, why I recruit. Okay, so in the there's a lot of people, right? Especially in the beginning, they are very struggle. They struggle with thinking right toward the recruiting. Because I don't know what we taught in the society, or okay, we've been in a very bad name in the home business. I'm not sure, but many people has a negative connotation toward recruiting, like about recruiting. Okay, and then certainly I was kind of same in the beginning. Okay, so it kind of have a connotation of like kind of taking advantage of somebody, or maybe I make money off them, some more, yeah, those, something along those lines. A lot of people have this, and then so they don't want to talk about recruiting, or they don't even attempt it. Certainly a lot of people in the home business required, a lot of home businesses require recruiting, right? Otherwise we're not gonna get the business going, and we're gonna have to rethink about the word recruiting. Okay, and then I this is kind of personal. This is I'm gonna this involved in the my personal experiences, and then this is the exact thing that I talk on the last weekend business training. I was at the one of the panel and then talk about why I recruit. Okay. And then this is a little bit more extensive version, because on the panel I only had 5 minutes to talk, right? And then there's two questions, so literally only talk 2.5 minutes, right? So this I'm gonna talk a little bit more detail why I recruit. All right. So here it is, right? So just like I said, I didn't really believe, or I got also had a negative connotation toward recruiting in the beginning, right? But the story actually traces back to when I was in the Japanese company for work. Okay, I for the most people knows how Japanese company operate. They are most company is like work like crazy, right? And then, maybe this is because the culture, they're gonna have to kind of feel bad if bosses stay in the company, and then employee leave, right? So it's kind of same. And also the place that I was working for is manufacturing company, so I gotta have to kind of stay. It's they're more like perfectionist. There is clear line between the the subordinate and higher level, right? So I kind of have to follow them. Okay, also I'm Japanese, so I gotta have to follow their culture. So literally, right, toward the end of the employment, I literally for 2 to 3 years I stay from 6:30 a.m. all the way until 10, 11 p.m. not a.m., right? p.m. That's the norm, right? And then sometimes I have to stay like 2 to 3 a.m. because machine breakdown, and then I gotta have to stay because I'm kind of licensed between the local worker and also the Japanese executive, because they don't speak English. Okay, so I've been literally working sometimes 20 hours, right? So one day, the reason why I started to like it's so this is a little bit long story, but I'm gonna try to make it short. So one day, like my son, I have two sons right now, and then first son is 4 years old now, and then the other one is 11 months now. But back then, in the only the oldest one is yeah, when he was 1 year old, right, 1 year, 1.5 years old. I was, it happened to be in the home, like I finished my work, and I was happened to be at home because it's Sunday. Okay, I had to work on Saturday, but I was on in the home Sunday. So he looked at me, and then he actually see me as, who is this guy? Like literally, because he's rarely see me, right? When I wake up at 5 o'clock to go to work, like to go to the 6 o'clock work, right? He always sleeping, right? He's still sleeping, and when I come back like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, of course he's sleeping, right? So when he see me that kind of face, that's the time when kind of defining moment. I gotta have to do something to get change my life, because otherwise my family whole fall apart, and the kids don't remember my face. What am I doing here, right? So that's the time when I desperately looking for the opportunity, right? So me and my wife try so many things, right? Real estate and other things, but it's nothing going, nothing, like going on my way, like going our way, right? So we are desperately looking for the way out. We are in the deep hole and we cannot get out, right? We couldn't get out. So, but luckily, my friend has a cojones and guts to ask me to come into the opportunity, right? So they asked me, like, oh, would you be at all open to take a look at the, business? My business I'm doing very well, right? And then if you're open to it, great. If not, no big deal, right? So that's what he said to me, right? And then, although I'm skeptical, I was looking for the opportunity, right? So I actually went there to take a look, right? And then that's the time when, okay, so yeah, I have nothing to lose, and I gotta have to do something, otherwise I will be in the hole forever. So that's the reason why I'm started to do the businesses, okay? And then 1.5 years, to be honest, it's sheer hell, right? I was working in the Japanese company for full-time job, right? Almost 70 to 80 hours a week in the job, and I was doing the business part-time, all right? But after 1.5 years, like I was struggling and working hard and all those, right? My income exceeding my full-time job, so I could quit the job, right? And then now I have more time, okay, more time with my family and more time with the kids. But what I was feel sometimes chill if he doesn't ask me. He didn't ask me back then, where am I going to be in, right? Probably I'm still stuck in the hole. My family fall apart. Who knows, right? But the thing that he has a guts and he has a cojones ask me to actually take a look, right? His unselfish act of him is actually makes me totally free, right? Totally change my life. Okay, so this is one thing, and the second thing is that after I go into the business, like I also bring some of my friends, right? My buddies is, like it's like a 10-year friend, since I come to California. I'm in California, right? So since I'm in California back in 2006, I've been friends with them for, since then, right? So we are, they are friend of mine. And then I asked them to come into the business too, right? So I asked them to come into the business. At first they are kind of wishy-washy, and in the beginning they didn't do much. But after a while, they started to see the more like a passion and behind the mission, right? So that's the time when they started to get serious and they started to do the business with me, okay? And then that's the time. But the thing is, 3 people, right? One person is like a software engineer, right? Software person, so he's very shy. His friend, all of his friend is a computer, all right? So so he was very shy, right? Very extremely shy, okay? And then the second person is engineer, okay? So he's also shy and he's very introvert, right? Third person, she's lady, right? So she is working for the office. Right, so she doesn't, all of them is very introvert, and then they don't know what to do, right? So when they started in the business, they had a hard time, obviously, right? As you guys know, there is a business, in any business, up and down, right? Up is okay, but the downtime will really test you, right? And then obviously we all went through the downtime, and then sometimes we cry, right? And sometimes we're happy, and then sometimes we do a retreat or a dinner and all that. And then when some of the people is in the downtime, we are kind of encouraging each other, let's do it, like we will all support each other and all that. And then after a few years, right now, all my friends become very successful in the business. They become totally independent. Most of the people quit the job, and they do in the home business, doing the business to create the financial freedom, All right. So I've been seeing so many examples. Not only actually my friend helped me to come into the business and then totally change my life, but also I saw my friend change their life also. So after seeing all those things, I totally believe in the recruiting, right? Because if we don't recruit people, then we cannot change their life. All right. So that's the time when I totally become a believer. I was in the doubt in the beginning, right? Uh, like what most people think, like, oh, what money you off them and all those things, but it's not. It's really not, right? If you really involve in the business and you try to really help them, right? Find the path and teaching them how to do the businesses, and then they will find their path and they will change their life, right? If you see this kind of thing, right? If you see this kind of transformation of the people from I would say cocoon to the butterfly, right? If you see this on your own eyes by doing the businesses, will you will, right? You will be forced pretty much, by your own mind to believe why recruiting is the best thing that you can do. Okay, so advice is, like it's how you gonna get that kind of state, right? You gotta have to take actions. Okay, you take actions, you gotta get involved in the businesses, and you will actually see the process. Okay, and then I'm sure that you have a mentor, so ask them, right? Ask them how to do it, right? Or how ask them, I want to get involved more so that they can see all the process. Okay, so this is the extended version of what I shared in the business building event last weekend in San Jose. Okay, so I hope that this kind of inspire some of the people, right? I kind of share my past experiences, right? But if you like this video, please share this in the Facebook, LinkedIn, and all the social media. I will be really appreciated. And then if you want to learn how to attract and how to get the leads to build your home business, you can just go to my website to get the free video on how to build your home business via Meetup. Okay, so I use a personal strategy to build my audiences and build the leads through the Meetup. All right, so if you are interested, just go to my website, just click the banner on the right hand side, and then download, just enjoy the free video. Okay, so have a great day, everyone, and I will talk to you on the next video. Okay, bye bye.